I remember being mid service detangling and realized I already gotten up twice, once for water and once for the bathroom. I was not thirsty and I didn't need to use the bathroom. My body was looking for an exit and I was ready to give it in the smallest way possible. I remember thinking how long I'd been doing this. When I started paying attention, it was everywhere. The water trip was never about hydration, and the bathroom was just to give myself a deep exhale. I think about when I would take a deep breath and move on to my next client in between appointments, thinking it was like a reset, but I wasn't resetting. I was surviving the next 3 hours. I've been doing that for years, and I had just gotten a name for it. I didn't have a name before, and I coined it the override. The override is the moment your body sends you a signal: stop, slow down, eat, sit, breathe. And you train yourself to keep going. Not because you're strong, because you stop listening to these signals and it barely registers anymore. Let me tell you something. This didn't end in the salon. The override has been happening in my home, beyond the chair. This is when I realized I had to make a change. It was the text I sent at 8 p.m., knowing that I had 45 minutes left within a service, and I was telling people I was on my way. The dinners that started at 9 p.m. because I squeezed a client in. Telling my husband I was fine when he and I were both seeing my hands shaking. He didn't get the best version of me. And I didn't even give my clients the best version of me. To be honest, nobody was getting the best version of me because I wasn't full. There was nothing left to give. That was the version that pushed beyond the 4 p.m. behind the chair. It was the same version who host every family gathering, answer every call, responded to every text, saying yes before checking in with myself about my capacity. The moment changed. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't a breakdown. It was a random day. I was on my third trip to the bathroom during one service, and I stopped in the hallway and thought, Jamila, you do not need water. This is your body telling you something that you've been refusing to hear. And I decided to listen in that moment very softly. It wasn't perfect, it wasn't all at once, but I stopped treating these signals like inconveniences and started treating them like information. I learned the difference between being tired and being depleted. Tired is what happens after a full day. Depleted is what happens after months of overriding the signals that were trying to protect me. I'd been treating depleted like tired. More sleep, oh, a little day off, a vacation. But the system that depleted me was still functioning within me. It was always waiting for me when I got back to work. So I stopped trying to recover from override and I started addressing it as it came. There was a system within me. Now, I'm not telling you this because we're going to figure this all out in one video. No, I'm telling you this because I spent years thinking overriding was my strength. It wasn't. It was this thing standing between me and the life I actually wanted, behind the chair and beyond it. If that sounds familiar to you, if you've been calling depletion discipline and wondering why nothing is changing, I'm going to invite you to do something. There's a 2-minute quiz I take just for you guys to figure out where you are. Why? I'll show you where the override is running your week. The link is in the description. I'll see you guys next week to continue this. If you're not following me, I'm on Instagram. Like and subscribe. And take care of yourself. We're going to get through this together. We definitely are. I got you.